I wish I could say there was a typical visit with John, but there's not. Um, Sometimes I go before work, just for a quick hello so he knows that I'm thinking about him during the day. Sometimes I go at lunchtime because I want an excuse not to stay very long, but I need to see him. And sometimes at nighttime I just say, just get in the car and go to visit him. And I know that sounds awful, that I might not want to go visit him, but it's painful. I mean, it's emotional for me to see him. And sometimes I just have to make myself go. And when I do, I really am surprised at what a pleasant experience it is to see him, to be able to hold his hand and kiss him. I jokingly say that I would make out with him if he'd let me, but he doesn't always kiss me back, so kind of puts a kibosh on it. He has roommates. Paul is about 25 years older than he is, and Mary, his wife, is always there with him. So the other day, John got a hospital bed. Hospice provided him with a hospital bed. I didn't realize how it was going to make me feel seeing him in the hospital bed. So I told Mary, or I asked Mary, if it was all right if I climbed in the hospital bed with John. And she said, "Oh, honey, you guys have been married for so long, you have to ask permission." I said, "No, it's not that. It's like you're kind of our double date. You're there with us. Just want to warn you, I'm not going to do anything bad, but I want to climb in bed with my husband." And part of that is because with John in a wheelchair, it was hard to hug him. And I wanted to be close. So he was asleep when I started, nudging over. He woke up, looked at me like, "Who are you, or why are you in bed with me?" But once I got closer and I started patting his cheek, he started humming. And I liked that. And I think he liked that. Mary and Paul liked that. They liked the fact that, we were close and we were there, and she jokingly said there's no privacy because they brought us water and they brought us cookies and they brought us a treat and whatever, but it was kind of fun. I told them we should put a sock on the door so nobody would come in, but we just laughed and let them come and take care of what they needed to take care of with us. John and I are lucky in the fact that we can still spend time together. But there are people that live where John lives that never get anybody to visit them. I know because I see them. Or I could be there with John visiting him and somebody will come up and tell me, "Help me, I'm dying and I don't have anybody here with me." It breaks my heart. So I try. I mean, I've held hands with people and walked around after, I've put John to bed and they still need someone to touch them. So I walk around holding hands. Or the other day I was leaving and this nice man from Korea who lives there by himself, his wife died of breast cancer. He said, "I'm almost 90 and I'm alone. And I'm afraid, and my feet get cold, and there's no one to put socks on me." And I told him I didn't have any socks, but I would find out if somebody could put socks on for him. So the other day when he gathered around me so I could sing to John, I asked him if he had socks, and he pulled up his pants leg, and he was wearing socks, so he got something. I'm happy for that. Having someone just visit them and talk to them or pat them or hold their hand and walk for a little bit, or get them a drink of water, it's really shows how much people just need that interaction. They have caregivers, and as I said, the caregivers there are great, but they need a visit. They need someone else besides the people that are you know, taking care of them. They want to know that someone cares about them. And I try. I don't have a lot more to give than what I do, but I try.